بله. این بازیکن‌ها برمیگردن به
جایی که نباید
میادین.
برگرد.
اومدی با بمیر دیگه بابا. ریدیم بدم ریدیم.
آقا داداشم آقای حامد آقا بیا که منتظر نکته میای بیا دیگه خوش بی دیگه بیا من تا یک کم دیگه واه نه آقا حامد تا چند دقیقه بیا تا زود یه زودتر اینجا من موندم انقدر این آقای اصلا دل نمیده من مردم من نیمده You should think you know. Don't check anything. Oh, you're joining. Bal güzel toprağı. میتونیم لازم نبوده داشته باشیم که آیرون دوست برداریم. بابا بارک باریکلا بابا تو دیگه که بودی مثل شکل بودی باید برد بره جوری در بنده قشنگم بنده زیبایم اسممونو پارک میکنیم دیگه بچه ها بعد که اسممون اینجا پارک کردیم خیلی با صورت بیشنگی ها بریم ایشون رو روشن میدن تا نموردیم خب بعد تبدیل میشیم به گرگ ای بابا این گور من 20 میخوام یعنی بزنیم اونجا کتاب دارم حساب دیگه ریگل پت اینن بسیار میتونی بسازی خیاطی خیاطی این 28 شنیدم آها اینو می‌خواستم چهل تا پلنگ 20 تا کوتاه گریداسک هست آیرون اینجا داریم اینجا گذاشته دارم اون برمونیم بند بالا. این دمار اینجا رو بده. اون 100 تا تقسیم بر 20 چقدر میشه بچه ها؟ 500 تقسیم بر 20 این یادش. خفنه. آه اسکرین که داریم ما چقدر این شب شده پروز 25 ها 25 هم ببینیم آمه 25 نجوده نه که خیلی بارده 25 نورده چی؟ 25 چیه؟ آها اونو الان چند تا میخواین براش ولی که بتونیم ایشونو بسازیم اینم اسم تو میدونم آلا خانمون که هم ساختم نوازی میدونم اینه بنچ اینه بنچ و ایشون گارمینگات میخواد میتونیم بسازیم این لای میخواد داریم دیگه 28 کتون دو تا کتون تو الان هم دو تا سه تا 7 الان ساخته شده و این تعداد هم قراره ساخته بشه خیلی خوبه این اتفاق خوبست تو هم کتون ندار تو هم دلار بده ببینیدشون این است این که از اینه این موضوع رو بله متوجه شد حالا آقا من شما کارت انترسته دیگه دادم بعد بیا دیگه امروز من سلفه نمی کردم شما که اومدی سلفه چی میگم؟ خب بیا دیگه حامد جلوتر از این نمیخوام برم که تو یاسرم بیای. نمیام. آیا یاسر نمیخوای بیای؟
نه والا من برم الان باشگاه من.
میبینی آقا حامد؟ نمیخوام. واقعا نمیفهم. دارم میام. کابل گرفتم واسه هدفون. اوه تست من میام. بیا رفیق بیا با هم تست میکنم. بیا با خدمت کنم. بیا آقا یاسر هست با هم همه تست کنیم مثلا. عین حسن. آهای اسب نازنینم آهای باشی صدام داری الان نباید اب میارم این آقا یاسر رو میارم دیگه خوابیدیم وسط بیس آبکش آقا جبهی دل ساله سلدان به کوری چشم آقا یاسر و
چی؟
البته دور از جون کابل هدفون
خیلی
خریدم
نمیفهمم.
کابل هدفون
نه میگم نمیفهمم واقعا.
آها خب اون بحثش شده است هم الان استدیو کجا خب من الان میتونم دیسکاور هر کدوم میخوام بزنم یا هنوز کلی چیزا رو من دیسکاور نکردم شما بنابراین میستی نسلک necklace misty nest serves increase magic level and boost power of spells این پیام رو بیرون خب مثلا یه دونه که گروه میخواد کنسیده و بیخیرش از اینا بسام بسازم کلا میتونی کوپه 8 پولنگ 8 کوپه 8 کوپه میشه 8 کوپه میشه 8 همین استرولم میدارید اینم که احتمالاً حالا باید برم اینجا بسازمش نمیشه ساخت کنم استرگم
یالا
کفش الو
سلام علیکم.
آقا علیکم السلام صدات خیلی کم ولی با کیفیت و خوبه
نمود زیاد
آقا حامد
خودم بیاد
آقا
کنم
یاسر میبینم که تمام
من
تیرات رو زنگ
نمیدونم چه
خورده.
اصراریه که
صحبت
یه
کنم
چیزی که خرابه رو درست کن.
مال
الو.
آقا یاسر در واقع خودش که خراب نبود، کابلش خراب بود.
نه صدات که خیلی
نه
عین ریشی میمونه، انگار چای کمران باشه میکشی سیستم.
اصلا هم آقا یاسر اینجوری نیست، اتفاق خیلی با
نه نه
کیفیت و
بده نقا کن.
بهت فرو کردن آقا.
فرو کردن ها. فقط چجوری من میتونم اینو تست بگیرم از گوشی چپ و راستم، چون احساس میکنم راستیش صدا نمیاد.
خب اگه
دیدی؟
چی؟
احساسی
تموم
نیست
شد.
آقا.
داری صدای منو؟
بله
بله آقا
تمام شد آقا.
بله.
نه الان راه کاری نداری و
نه دیگه
چیزی.
خدا.
چی الان مشکلت؟ یه صدا میشنوی یه دونه چیزو میزنی. برنامهشو داری؟
آره برنامه‌شو دارم.
اون هفته یکیشو فعال کن درست میشه آقا.
هفته یک چیه؟
چی؟
هفته یک
هفته
چیه؟
یک زده دیگه. نمیدونم چی هفته یک آن و آف داره.
چی هفته یک؟ والا من چیزی نه.
نداری همچین چیزی؟
هفته یکشو نمیفهمم الان یعنی چی.
یه آپشن هفته یک نوشته بغلش، حالا هر هدفون فرق داره دیگه. همین
هفته یک
7 ممیز 1 همین. 7 یه نقطه بعد 1. اونو
نه
فعال کنی
والا،
درست. نداری؟
نه به
این
خدا کرد.
هفته یک کاناله اینجور اونجوره اونجوری داری یا خود اون روزه گفتی دارم. آقا
هفته یک
51 چی 51 نداره. 93
آقا
مثلا.
اصلا نمیفهمم، متوجه
اینکه
نمیشم چی داری
مکان
میگی.
آپشن
نمیفهمی
اسمش چیه؟ هفته یک
احساس میکنم اینکه
کاناله.
نمیفهمی دلیلی و آقا یاسر بود.
حالا بازی کن آقا. من دستم تمام شد برم تو هدفون خودم بعد اسمشو بهت بگم این پیدا میتونی بکنی.
آه
آه.
آره
یه
آقا.
دونه چیز بود enable surround sound یه هم چیزایی. بعد
اوه.
الان تقریبا 7 تا بلنگو آورده، بعد یکی یکی داره چک میکنه.
آه همون
همین منظورت بود؟
همون آره آقا.
آره مثل بنز آقا یاسر.
الان جفتش کار کرد.
اصلا عجیب کار کرد.
پس باید یکی دیگه بخری که.
یعنی برنامه گفت خودش دادا جوست تو خیلی عجیبه، انقدر خوبه ما نمیتونیم تشخیصش بدیم.
هه.
با درکی برای موضوع نه.
آره یعنی مثلا ما خیلی عقب تر از این هدفون توی در واقع عذرخواهی هم کردن.
گلت
ایمیل
کردم.
بدم.
تا شخصی اومد همین الان.
یا اول پس پشما.
خود آقای سورندر ساوند
آه
در واقع
سورندر.
خودش
و
شخصا اومد.
کی ها؟
کی هست سوالت این بود؟
آره.
خوبه.
پرسیدم سوال بجه.
فقط من توی هدفونم زدم این بازی آقای یاسر ما همچه قابلیت هایی داره.
یا اول فصل.
همین حرف بزن الان.
یک داشتم.
بعد یه شعر بخون.
من که کار دیگه اصلا آهنگ بخونم
نه جدی
به
جدی بخون.
نام خداوند جان برم
خوبه باشه. آقای شما چی؟ یه صحبتی بکن.
صحبتی من ندارم با اون هدفون، من هیچ صحبتی باشم نمیکنم.
باید یه دونه چیز بگو آقا نمیای، همون حالت همیشگی. آیسته
ناراحتش یعنی آیا
ایوه.
ای آقا
اونجا دوتا گزینه آورده چیه؟ Yes I consent to lock studio tracking my game progress. No I don't want to فلان. اونو کدوم بزنم؟
چیه؟
اومده تو بازی
دوباره خب بخون مثلا نفهمیدم
داده yes. توی هنوز انگار وارد بازی نشده. داده yes
آها
I consent to lock studio
آها
tracking my game.
آره بابا عملی هست
یعنی چی؟
روبرای نمیاد
continue.
بازی
خب
کنی
الان چجوری وارد شما بشم؟ بذار برم آپشنش کنم.
آه بهت میگم
برایتنس بازی رو یک کم زیاد کنیم.
الان وقتش
شیفت چند بود؟ پسوردش
1 2 3 4 این آیازه برداشته همه توفنگ مفنگ و اسلحه ها رو هم برداشته به شما دیگه هیچی نمیرسم
خوبه.
ما همین مونده میگی کم هم
اوه چه خودمونم بسازیم ها. شما جفتتون مردین؟
من خانوم
شما خانومی. خانومش خیلی بهتره خدایی.
دیگه من هیچی نمیدونم دیگه
آه
بابا باری که الله کامیار کسه یعنی چی؟
یعنی چی؟
اولا که کامیار اونجا نمیزه های بهبود خان که 40 ساله با ما آشنایی بعدش هم که آها کوسه یعنی چی کامیار کوسه نمیفهم شما محمد من این بشر رو
نه والا.
کوسه نه کوسه کوس ویجاینا آها خب آها بچه بخند
نمیفهمم.
من که اصلا درک نمیدونم
حالا جفتمون یه شکل نشیم.
نه بیا اینجا آینه است نه وای
خوردی؟
نه بابا
ریدی؟
نو آقا من دیروز رفتم تنها خودم اون پیرزنه رو زدم خیلی سکسی و قشنگ و راحت
برو.
اوکی. که آرزو باشه. نو 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 نو. بالاتر بزنیم.
اوه تو
بابا
پشمام برای زنه میتونی ریش بداری.
بله آقا همه علکی که
پشمام
پشم کجا؟
پشهام.
وای وای چی میخواستم بگم؟ آها فردا میخواستم. کوتونا آماده نشد. 21 اینم 32 تا. اون عکس کیه رو دیوار؟ به نظر عکس کی میتونه باشه؟ این منم جوونیامه. اینم منم الانم. همینجی
چه جیگری دارم درست میکنم آجی.
اوف بخورم
خوردنی دیگه. چرا
واگن سرا. تا دیگه میتونم بزنم.
لباس مباسش نمیشه؟
نه دیگه لباس تو بازی بود. لا
سیاهش کنم کامل یه چیز
بگاه
وحشتناک.
رفت استریم. اینجا بگاه رفت.
آه چی بکنم؟
چیش بگاه
چیکار
رفت ببین.
کنم؟
اوکی.
من به دنیا
خب
آمده.
آقا مبارک بشه.
آقا سلامت.
ببینم کجایی. الان اومدی توی اول یه قصد مانند تاریک تور دیگه. منطقا
بس آره دیگه بالای
اینجا رو بیا
بالا.
بیرون. بعد مپ رو که باز کنی بهت میده یه لوکیشن که کجا وی پوینت اسپاون کنی تلپورت کنی. دست راست پایین رو تلپورت. بعد سلفی. نه 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 نه.
ای بابا چرا این میگه مپ نداری
نه.
یعنی.
اول اونجا بیای بیرون. اول اونجا من اونجا
از اونجا اومدم بیرون والا.
همین اسم دیگه اسم چی
آرام
بس
سینک.
لاوینن. آه اسم خوشت که میله. لاونینن لا هیچی یه سری بکشید. اوکی.
اوه واسه
چه باحال مثل
مثلا ماناتور داره. مانا البته نداره، یعنی منظور زمان داره ابیلیتیاش. حالا میدونی داشتم چی فکر میکردم؟
نه ولی من کجا با بگم
فکر کن
نه من همچون فکر اینو
داشتم فکر میکردم
واقعا
مثلا میشد بازی هم این باشه که لولت خب خونت باشه، یعنی مثلا با خون یک میای تو بازی، در حدی که یه شمشیر بهت بخوره مثلا میمیری. ولی اگه کسی رو زدی که مثلا لولش 2 بود، 2 تا لول اونم میگیره.
باری کرد
بعد مثلا یه دفعه میبینی یه نفر جلوت بیاد مثلا خونش 4000 و مثلا 300، ولی مثلا بزنیش یه دفعه 4300 تا اونو میبینی. و بعد برای اینکه خب به هر حال شانسی باشه دیگه، اینجوری فقط عدد میشه دیگه، یعنی مثلا 1 با 1 برابره ولی 1 به 2 حتما با دنده است. ولی اینجا وپنایی هم که موشا رو میتونم وردارم.
آره موش میتونی بخوری یه تیک
فهمیدی دمیجایی هم که به هر حال اطلاع دارن فرق میکنه دیگه. برای همین یه دفعه اصلا میتونی یارو سپرایزش کنی. سپرایز منو
سپرایز
خب بابا چجوری میتونم بیام بیرون؟ الان بیرونم. خب
امو بزن اگه نقشه من اولش نه از اونجا باید کلا از اون خونه بیای بیرون، بعد بهت میگه این تو نقطه میشه این مپو باز میکنه میگه اونجا تلپورتی تو نگاه کن. آقا این منو بیزنه نگاه کن هندیه سوم
خب پایین وست رو بزنم یا ایست رو بزنم؟
پایین دست راستی هر دیگه
ایست دیگه. خب شما کجایی؟ چیتون بالا؟
من یه دنبالشم چه کنی داره من میشه
خب حیوونا رو بزنم چرا؟
تونستی بدانش اون تا صبح باید بری دنبالشم آی مدار همه اسم من پیادشو بینی بردش در رفته
بدوی آها چونی برم چجوری بیام بیرون؟ خب اومدم بیرون.
بخورش
اه.
اینجا مهم نیست لوت بود اینا هیچی مهم نیست اون ای بالا کلشون میاد اوهش ببریم دنبال من چی شد؟ من به درخت گیر کردم بیا بابا کشتن لول نم دیگه بیا ببرم تو قهر یه دونه زدم داره کچ دیگه میزنیشون دوتاشون هست حال بردار دیگه آقا کجا داری میری حالا؟
نمیدونم والا.
میگم بیا دنبال من دیگه
برو دیگه.
بیا دل شده یک کاوزه خوب بکنه اون بیانه ما سوار اسب پیامه دیگه اسبر اسمشون هم میگه تقریبا
اوکی برو بیا.
کجا برم بیام
بشین
سوارشو من
بیا دیگه.
گرگ میشم سوارشو من گرگ سرچ که اصلا بکنم جهانی اسمشو تغییر میدونم بیا من
اه،
یه داره با اون اسب دویدن یه داره بگم که یاد
اسب تندتر نمیره.
اسپیس رو بدم بیا راست تو هم داخل به کلوه درویشی ما خوش آمده
احوا
بابا
چجوری میشه؟
این آقای یاسر بگیریم ببریمش تو آفتاب بمیره بیا اینجا اینجا قبض رو نگاه کن
به به بسیار دیگه.
اون چقدر گنده است
این چیه؟
اوه لباسه خفن‌تر گیر 5 بهش خیلی بی تربیتی بگو خیلی شور نداری
با اون رینگ چیکار میکنه؟
بودی
تو داری اینا رو میسادی الان؟
دادم بساده دیگه من رو دادم بودش بساده با برق کار میکنم که برقشم چیده آقا بیا اینجا به من ادای احترام کن
بیا بخورش. بخور.
باریکلا
خوردی؟
بعد زوم کن بیا جلو چشای منو ببین بسته است مثلا نمیبینم
خورد.
با باریکلا چه قصری من این تخت خوابم بعد اینجا یه ومپایر خیلی فیلیم که رفته داره برامون انگو میاد بابا چه قصر رو کردم ببین رو کردم خب بزرگی چه بازی ها تموم شد ببریم چیز کنیم بریم برات دیارو کنم
الان این چیزایی که در واقع اینجا هست همین هست یا نه؟ من الان این لول پایین تر رو میبینم.
اینجا هم این آسانه نه لولی میگم اصلا لولی نی بازی. تو هر چیزی که بسازی میتونی بسازی.
و بعد این کرافتینگ هم چجوری باز میشه؟
اینا رو باید چیز کنی دیگه. یه سری اون بالا میشه دست کم بهت داده.
خب بذار من برم.
اول از همه به نظرم بیا بریم گرگ شو. یعنی گرگتو باز کنیم. گفتی
خب گفته
که بتونی حداقل تو مپ راحت بدوی تو برو بس کنی.
یا تا تو بیا برم یه چیز بکنم، یه انمی کنش دارم.
نه دیگه بیا اینجا اینو بدن چیز شد باش میدادیم ترک شه. بگو بس میکنی یا قطعش کنم. من نمیتونم میسم
بونگار چیز
من نیستم فرانم. من نیستم.
اه مردم. یعنی دام
نه
شدم.
دیگه میمیری دیگه.
یه منو بگیر، تو آفتاب بودم هم مثلا.
باشه دیگه قبلسه.
خدا
چرا نمیتونم سوار اسبم شم.
یا بابا همین بقلم.
دارم میام نور. آره جان میشه ازت خواهش کنم بی زحمت این نزنیم.
با من بودی الان؟
نه
آه.
به اسب بعد بریم.
من تو آفتاب بگاه میرم.
همه تو افتاد بگم فقط شما نیستی. یا شب شد.
آره پستا فوکس
الان لول چند بزنیم. ببین الان بهت خون دادم. آمد این دایره رو نها کن شد 31.
تو داری میدی الان؟
نه الان خودت داری خون میخوری. نه من الان ریوایوت کردم و خون خودم بهت دادم دیگه.
آه.
تایپ بلادمون ورکره. بعد شده 21.
خب یه لحظه بریم تو قصر. من پرم یه چیزی بزنم تو فر بیا. بعدش بریم همون برگر بود که میگی.
چرا داری هیل دادت کم؟ خونت خالی. همه درها رو نبند کامم. در اول کافیه. بیا اینجا. این بلاد آلفا رو بزن. اما اولیش آلفا ولفه. اونو بزن. من برم تا اینجا. آها سلاح بیا ببین چی میخوای. شمشیر میخوای، قطک میخوای، نیزه میخوای، تیرکمون میخوای، تبر میخوای. تبرش برادم خیلی خوبه. من منتظرم یکی تبر خفنه باز چه کنه بسازم.
کدوم تبر منظورته الان تو اینا؟
2 تا تبر میگیره دستش. نه تو کرافتینگ اینجا باز نیست. 2 تا تبر کوچیک میگیره دستش. 2 تا تبر میگیره دست. همین دیگه.
خوب تبر میگیره دستش بعد.
آره خیلی جالب به نظر.
الان به غیر از اینا چه چیزی موجود هست الان من
ببین
بخوام بردارم؟
الان من نه من بسازم. ببین تبرم میشه
بساز
ساخت، من
دیگه.
تبره
تا
الان
تو
لول
میسازی
5.
من برم بیا.
خب بگو شمشیر میخوای، نیزه میخوای، پتک
تبر
میخوای؟
تبر.
تبر. تبر به درد نمی‌خوره.
حالا بده یه چیزی بسازی همون که
برو
بالا رو
برو بابا برو بیا
نه.
برو برو. ما کارای اینجا رو انجام نداریم. برم بیا بابا. دنس نداره. چند دار ارزان میده 32 ایوه قامت خوش قدم بود. آقا حامد بیا آیا از نمیای؟ چه اوه هذا بلانك واحد أربعة. حسی بهم میگه یکی دیگه هم الان بزنیم خیلی زمان نمیبره. اوچ جانا قدر شد ایستون دست توپ بوتون خیلی از اون اوه این شد. Ironing God, that's a component used to craft castle decoration.
اومدم.
آقا شما حامد تبر خوب نداره.
اب نداره، هرچی گرفتی گرفتی.
خب نگو گوش بده. میخوام این تبر
حاجی
خیلی
یه
خفن.
بارونی گرفته اینجا،
واه.
خیلی سکسیه.
آقا من میبینی خونه خالی شده. اچ پی هم الان کلا خالی شده. دلیلش چیه؟
دلیلش چیه؟
دلیلش اینه اون دایره اون وسط پایین اون خالیه. برای من الان 1 لیتر. پیرامون این قضیه اسب و سوار شو باید بریم یه حیوان شکار کنیم. خونشونو نباید بکشیشون. و اینو بزنی خونشون ببکی که اون پرشه.
بابا برو دیگه.
قبلش هم بیا اینجا، قبلش بیا اینجا. من هم داره بیا تو این بلاد آلتار. اما اولی آلفا وولفر رو بزن. ترکش
دادم دیگه. دادم دیگه اونجا.
گو خورم ببر. شبه بیا
یک کم ولی
بریم.
این حرکت کردنش باید دستت بیاد.
دستت میده داره بازی کنی دستت.
چرا گیر کردم. آها منم میتونم بخورم.
نه خب من یه حیوان پیدا کن بگوش کنشو بخور کنت پر شه. بیا اینجا یا موسه. بیا من دادم وایس. بیا بخورش. باریکلا. نه دیگه این رو چیز اون یارو بلاد چیزی میزنی خونه دیدار باشه. بعد این چیزها رو ترک کن بریم.
چی رو بزنم؟ خونم پر شد؟
هم کنترل نگه میداری بلادمن. دست راست وسطی بلاد.
چیزی نمیشه بزنم بودش.
کنترل رو نگه دار.
آها باید بل کن.
اونو بزن دیگه هیچی نزن. وایسه تا پرشی. بیا.
نه کلا نباید حرکت کنن.
آره هیچ کاری نباید. بابا لوس. بیا یافته باید.
بابا این
ببین که دیگه بالای موست هم بزنی خودش اتومات حرکت میکنه. بعد با راست کلیک فقط کافی بچن. بیا اینجا.
سیگار دستم. سیگار رو بگیرم کستم.
نمیدونه سیگار رو بگیره. بیا تو دو هفته بیم. سیگار تو بکش. آخه راحت بریم. نظر چی؟
آفرین.
ایوونه. من لباس هم میکنم.
برو.
بیا از
اه
اینجا. بیا اینجا شیفت نگرده بپر. شیفت نگرده نپر.
کجایی؟
من بغل مالا خفاش هم باید بریم پیدا کنیم خفاش بشه. بیا گرگه این وسط. الفابلات.
اه orada ben şahsen de niye منو بلند کنی؟
یه دقیقه این گرگه رو راه کشتش. یه در مورد خودم کشی بینازت چون نمیبینم. اگه این درشت هم این واسه بینم
Evet.
نمیتونم بگیرمت. پاشو مرد پاشو. بچه خود اینجای اسب دیر بگیر. باید بگیر رو الان قیب میشه آمه. اول هم یه سالی رو کنش به من خواهیم.
آی دارم به گام میرم.
گشت
خیلی آفتاب بود.
خیلی آفتاب
بذار من یکم
میبینی؟ نه سهن بغلته. سریع برو بگو ظاهرت هم اوکی میشه. بگو چون میمیره میپره میره. این نگه دار. چرا بلش کردی؟ بگیرش.
خودش ول شد.
اون تموم شد. جیو بزن.
جی
آره.
دادم.
نباشه کیو رو بزن ببین اون عکس سومی ولف اومد برات ولف فرم.
آره
آره بزن ببینم. ولی کم آره کم
ولی تو سه تا دوم داری خیلی زوی است انگار کبوتری.
بعد دیگه چشم حسیبی دامه اینجوری.
نه جدی.
خب الان چیکار کنیم؟
الان همین بود گرگه.
آره دیگه من کشتمش برات.
از شما رفت.
شما چون دیدم همینجوری که میمیری گفتم این گرگه بیای دیگه میبلد.
آره حالا اگه اجازه بدی که خودمونم بازی کنیم بعد نیم.
گرگه دیگه من درگیری کنم. بفهمه من بازی میکنه خودت نه. خب
اه،
بود باز خود بازی کن ببینم. او ملادمون شده بودم. شمشیر دستت نیست ها، چنگال داری میداری چنگال. حامد بلادمونه. بیا برو اسبت سوار شو. بریم سریع بریز یه شکار بده. خیلی خوش شمشیر هم حامد. بیا اینجا برد شو جایده بیا.
او باید هم اینجا باشه دیگه.
اون پشته.
اون بره.
این برم بیس یعنی این گذاشتم.
الان کجا باید بریم؟
همونجایی که دب در دادم بیس. بریم بیس سلاملا بسازم بریم. الان تا بلادمون تمام نشده. وقتی بلادمونه آقا همه خیلی خفن تریم. بیا اینجا اینو بلو. خیلی خفنیم. 10% سرعتمون زیاد میشه. 20% هم چیده ایمیدامون زیاد میشه. دلم برات. اینجا چطور بوده؟
خوب بوده. آقا اینجا چه گیر میکنه؟
از خدا رو شکر کیر نمیکنه. یا سریع هر چی داری آمد خالی کن. بزن زمین من
چیزی
دارم.
ندارم والا.
همون
یه موش
چندایی هم که فکر
دارم.
میکنی نداری اونام داری.
یا میندازم
من دارم.
فقط کجا میتونم تیر کمون شمشیر چیز درست کنم؟ سنگی درست کنم؟
تیر کمون سنگی
ام.
بالا تو کرافتینگ بنچ بالا.
ندارم یه
همین
دونه.
هست.
آها با اون عکسه هیچ. هم استخون بده. استخون oldu.
این شریف هم داریم. آره استخون که هست ولی اون به درد نمیخوره. بذار الان چیزی
30
خفن‌تر
تا میخواد.
باحالی
30 تا بده.
تو همون دستگاه جلو هست.
کدوم دسته؟
یه چیزی هست بغل هارتمون کسل هارتمون.
12 تا داره توش.
نه 100 و دوی باید داشته باشه. الان 5 تا ریختم برای زمین.
اینو میگه. آره دیدم.
خب من خیلی دوست دارم اینو بسازم ببینم چطور برم بسازم. غیب میتونم بشم آقا همه گیگ بیدم دیدی؟
یا والله الان میام.
خودتا بلد میلد دست ندیم بریم. چرا همین دور برم میپلکید نه؟
خب آقا
آقا همه جون بلادمون من نمیخواستم از دست بدم با اجازت تلپورت کردم برام میگم تو اسبو بردار بعد بیا همون جلو در اونا یه دونه تو تلپورت رو بزن بهت بگم کجا بیا
کجا بیام؟ بیام چپیه.
اون فقط اون دوتا رو برای تلپورت داره؟
اب نداره
نه
پس
من
برو بزن، منم میخوام غذا بخورم. غذا بخورم میام.
اصلا من بهت اگه روشن بودم
چجوری مثل آقای اینجوری دراز بکشم؟
عبازی بری بیرون دیم
Good luck getting through my shield.
خیلی میام. فعلا
بیا میبینی
آره خدا.
من این چیزا رو بردم
I feel a chill. chill.
ای oyuncu. Ya bana. Naro. Ay baba hileş koç. What? Ben bunu tam.
Good luck getting through my shield, fiend.
چه در میری؟ به فایت میدم دیگه بیناموس. بخون
Don't you dare lay a finger on my people.
Hey. Ninja.
I feel a chill coming on.
Oh. Hey.
I feel a chill coming on.
کجا در میری باز؟ جون مادر در نرو.
Going to be a cold day in hell for you.
مسکولی ها. پایت میدم بیناموس. میریم به
I feel a chill.
ای بابا کی میدن این وسط
I feel a chill coming on. I feel a chill coming on.
جان مادر در نرو
Lay a finger on a chill coming on.
من میفهمم این نصف بگاهی فقط به خاطر اینی می‌ذاری در میرم
I feel a chill.
آی در میره در میره درست برد سنتون فشار دارم بابا دقیقش رو 10 بار جونش آوردم پای 3 بار جونش پر شد راحت میزیدم بردم یه دقیقه عبای سیم داشتش من برم چای بریزم باید بگه هر باری میدارم بارجل میدیدم میدم نه واقعا یادم بیاد آیا بیم حالا بیم You are dead. I know I'm... But I'm not done yet. I'm... vampire. I'm the vampire. Nagkaka? Kami bilang lu kan?
Yellow.
Hello!
Hello.
Hello! نمیاد.
تو را زدم بیا.
وقتی بیا تو رفته بودی بیرون.
آره دیگه.
خب میدانی میره بیرون.
آره دیگه.
برام دشمن تو رفته یادانا. یک گرگی بکشم. اوه منکر پیدا کردم. این در حد 77. آمد بس تو نمیتونی تلپورت کنی تو من ببین من
کانکشن تایم اوت شد. دوباره اینوایت بده برام.
یعنی چی؟ الو چی؟ بگو چیزی نگفتی. الو چیه؟
به بود نگرفته بازی رو.
نه ولی قراره بگم.
خوبه.
آره آی آی ماراتش آقا من بلادمون از دست دادیم نیومدی هر بار این درا آب این یارو کوشش الان البته تو بیای اینجا هم البته الان اومدمت مفید نیست آمد برو تو اون چیز هانتا همه آلتر فلان مثلا دومی رو بزن برو هانتا چون تو الان بیای اینجا لولت هم بگاهی یارو رسما میبلدید برو یه ذره گنده شو یعنی برو یه ذره چیز اون بالا دست چپ تسکاتو داده اونا رو انجام بده که بتونی تو هم کارهای دیگر رو بکنی دیگه همه کارا رو من نکنم با من ببینم بیام این تلپورته بیام بیس دوباره رد اینو بزنم دوباره بیام یعنی برون نیست این رو میگم واردون نمیزنین گفتم که بذار بچه ها به چیز یاسین هم حالا بیان کلی واردون میزنیم انشالله یا نه انشالله که بزنیم تا من بگیرم شما دیگه خسته شدین از این بازی تا من بگیرم شما دیگه خسته شدین نشیدیم باش نه من بدارم حال میدونم کاری چی باید خسته بشه بزنه تو اینجا چی میگی؟ وای یارو رو کشتم بینام ای بابا چقدر واریور اومد اینجا. عجبی داره بره. آی فوک چی جوری کردن. آقا من میتونم یک کاری بکنیم آقا اگه کلیاتش دستته رو باید مولتی بشیم یا مولتی ها دو دارم
پشما. الان رسپان بشم کجا میشم؟ توی بیس میام یا؟
اسپام بشی میتونید انتخاب کنید کجا بشی. مولتی
اه والا.
نارم شد. یه چی دیگه هست میگه نمیدونم اگه یه سیبریتی ممکن بازی کنیم تا همه چی از اوله. من اوکی اما اگر اینجا هم میشه نفهم به من
الان چجوری باید رسپان شد؟
ایکس رو بزنم بعد
آه.
اسپیکس. ای بابا
همه چیزایی هم که داشتم هست با آره؟
نه و سلاح ملا و لباسات هست. لوتات میره ریسورسات اونا رو باید باید دوباره جلو بعد. ای بابا دیگه گینا مفتیش نداریم. نمیدونم چه بود. اصلا اصلا اینم شانسم والله.
ای بابا
ای بابا
حاجی این خونه سقف نداره؟
اون خودمون
مم.
چرا چوبیه نه اون سنگیه داره. اگه
خوبه
آقا سال بعدی سقف هم نمیشه.
چی؟
هم در جواب سوال بعدی سقف هم نمیشه باشه. اوه
Heads worth a lot.
والله
Thanks in advance.
دریوز باید بخوره به دور ما.
برای من هنوز اون گرگه چیزه ترک پلاته
One shot, one
یارو نه این دنبالم او ولم کن. یارو با تو کار داشت. یه دونه هست این یه لعنتی. خورشید در اومد.
خورشید در اومد افتاد
آفتاب در اومد خورشید. پاشید 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 وقت بکاره. جا مرم
این چیزه رو بخوای درست کنی این کسل هرته رو چجوری باید کجا باید درست کنی؟ باید اول زمین رو خالی کنی؟
بری یه جا میدن دیگه.
یعنی مهم نیست درخت مرخت و سنگ منگ و اینا هم؟
چرا دیگه مثلا میگه همون بلا انوایرومنت بلاکه یعنی باید همه جایی رو زمین بده.
آه مرد حسابی
بلاکه این یارو کجا بود؟ اینجا میادش.
ای
ای بابا.
شو نمیفهمم
نگاه برگردی.
چی والا
اوه یا آدم.
اکشن ارور سرور لاست شد برام
باری کلا.
آره آقا من میرم چلو فردا کامل تر دارم
بابا نفرمایید رو کنم.
آقا فرمایدم دیگه پس فعلا خدا نگهدار
خیلی مردم میگن با اول
قربون شما دم شما گرم کنه بازی زیبا رو بر ما گرفتی
نکردم بخیر.
شکرم فعلا
آه حالا رنگی رو بر من میزنه بتون. اوه اوه اینجا کجاست دیگه؟ Yeah. Ay.
My arrows will strike through.
خب بچه های عزیز باید سیگار بکشم. آیا کیلو بگنین. آهنگای خود بازیه. نمیای بازی کنی؟ اگه از آهنگش لذت نبری ببینم این چه لذتی. خب. یعنی میخوام یه حرکتی بکنم. این سرور رو لیو میدم برم توی یه سرور دیگه آنلاین پلی. یه باید حتما 3 تا باشم. حالا مثلا هم اینکه 10 نفر توشه. با چی شد؟ می ریزینگ بیتی اینگم 111 78 102 111 70 65 اینطور. اوکی اینو میرم توش. میخوام ببینم که آنلاین با پلیرهای دیگه بخوایم بازی کنیم چی جوری میشه. اول از اینکه باید کارت بس اول از همه تایتل دوم از همه موش دامونه موشم که من بعد اینو دوستش دارم. اشا چشمن ریش میشه اون خیلی بکنم. نه لب و لوچه ها قشنگه. رنگ پوست رو بس دارک بذاریم. خیلی دارک بنفش. بعد بیسش چی؟ هیرش قشنگ شد. نیکولاس که بودست نیدارم اینجا چرا نمیدارم من اینجا دارم. اینجا رسیم تا کلا باید سیتا بوندجا کلا نفهم. حالا آفتابه مگه؟ میبرم یک گرگی نزدیقه. بریم این برمت بریم اینجا. اینجاست. شو. نمیدونم. من میدونم.
And welcome back to MSI 2023. And take a breather.
Okay.
Take some ibuprofen.
I think Mad Lions need to take a breather. They
Oh,
got
for
more hype than
sure.
we did, and we were
For
jumping up and
sure.
down.
What an incredible game one to this best of 5 Mad Lions because they lost. They are on blue side once again. I think we were theorizing a few things. I would imagine Pyke could be considered a ban despite it not ultimately winning. The lead that it generated was huge. I mean, look, Gragas, Rakan, and Vibe with the 3 bans from T1 on red side. If it's going to change, it will open up one of those options as well.
So far, though, no changes, seeing the exact same one. And honestly, if you're mad, I wouldn't even be mad if you just run it back here with the draft, right? It was all down to execution. The early game was played out by them in such an overpowering fashion. So far, doesn't look like anything is changing.
Yeah, I would say maybe get rid of the cannon, although I don't know if you want to give that over to Zeus. It didn't necessarily get used to the most impactful, but so far, Salty run back on the cards.
Yeah. Kept waiting for the big mad fight where they're gonna all in there, but all right. So far, yep, run back the Kennen. Happy to run back the Cassante. Zeus did get a solo kill on him, as well as have a lot of, stabilizing plays for T1. Played a really good front line for them. Guma, no questions about the Aphelios play, so they insta-run back that one.
And so far, no big changes coming up here in the first part of the draft.
And I think there's good reason for that from T1 side. T1 are saying, okay, you outplayed us a bunch in the early game. Your bottom lane plays, well done, Hillsang. You know, they're like, hats off to you. But they have the confidence that they just outplayed Mad Lions for the last 15 minutes straight of that game in teamfight after teamfight. And so they're confident to do it again. Mad Lions are thinking the flip of that, okay, we just have to not throw.
Yeah.
Because we had our big early lead.
I'm also happy to see the Annie pivot. I do not believe Niski had the greatest impact on that champion. I also think into really coordinated, really calculated teams like the LCKs, Annie's just very linear, very predictable. Also, Niski ate like 1,000 hooks. So immediately in phase 2, Pyke is banned away, and this is the biggest significant change from game number 1.
And one that I think really speaks to T1 also identifying that we got away with it in the last game. We will not be able to get away with it again. Pyke being taken away means that with the Xayah already there, Guma and Scaria should be feeling safer in game number 1. And Faker, early game might not have been what they were looking for, but the team fight carrying that he did was incredible.
These are like solo queue reactions where you're just banning out the thing that hooked you in the last game. Hillsang kept hooking T1. They're like, I'm never playing versus that again. Get that off me.
Come on, just ban Thresh and every hook champion's gone, right?
Baker kept landing hooks on Mad Lions and ulting to start all their team fight setup for Guma, so Mad Lions doing the same thing, banning that out.
Oh, and the Annie is still going to get taken away. Now, there is, of course, still the potential that the Cassante will be flexed, so expected to see either the Viego is one that we talked about previously. This was something that T1 was hovering, more of a Gen G pick, but with the amount of attention that T1 have shown thus far towards Guma, Maokai makes complete sense. Extremely safe pick, is able to provide reliable frontline as well as engage.
Okay, I'm expecting T1 to get some damage for Faker then, because if they did straight one-person carry, then it would be pretty difficult there. I mean, as good as Guma did play, but Maokai going to have significantly less damage, so we'll see what Faker with the counter pick wants to run into Niski here. Niski's going to have to show right now what's his blind into Faker.
And looking at Hillsang, by the way, he's locked in that rel. 700 professional games for Hillsang. 20 of them, or rather correction, 18 of them have been on the rel. So it's definitely not something we see a significant amount from him. He does have a fairly high 60% win ratio. Lissandra will be that pick in the mid lane. You talked about the blind pick. And the last couple of seconds here for T1, we're going to find out what runs mid lane. We have seen a little bit more just on a mid in the past, and it's going to be locked in for the Karma there now. So Karma mid, Lulu bottom.
That is a bit lower damage than I was going for, but it is super duper buff up Guma Yushi here. Are they going to flex it to have Faker with the Cassante mid matchup?
Ooh, what do you prefer?
I actually really liked the Carmine mid, because I think that Lissandra, if she doesn't get out of her lane, and if she's continuously shoved underneath the turret, which generally Karma will be able to, then impacting the map becomes a lot harder. But the same can be said for Kennen, right? Kennen can struggle in matchups where he's not able to really leverage a range advantage, where he can't reliably outpoke the opponent. So Really big pivot here from T1. And in game number 1, all eggs were in the basket of Gumayushi. And in game number 2, all eggs are
More
in
of them. They found more eggs.
eggs.
They found more eggs, and they handed them to Guma. And Guma has not dropped an egg since he was handed any of them.
I mean, they do tell you to not keep all your eggs in one basket, but when the basket is as firm and warm and lovely as Maokai Gama,
really strong,
why
you know?
not keep them in the Guma basket?
All right, no more eggs. No more basket talk, please.
Okay.
We're
Are you
done
putting
with
your foot down?
I will say, to me, the biggest change that I think is the best change that T1 have possibly made here is for sure banning the pike, because Rel can make picks, and Hylissang is a great Rel, but it's just not the same surprise factor. It's so much more telegraphed when Rel is coming in for the crash down, for the ultimate combos there. So should be more easily reacted to by Guma.
Well, we're going to find out as we load onto the Rift. If I can take a very brief moment to celebrate something, assuming no action breaks out. Faker, playmaker. God King himself has reached his 200th international game. And right now, he's looking to make it 2-0 against the Mad Lions. And as I say that, the gift is given that owner concedes first blood to Mad. That's not my fault.
The crash down is not telegraphed if you're in a bush and they walk up to your brush.
Nice. Yeah.
Surprise, a horse falls out of the sky onto your head, and they give the first blood money over to Karzi because they have this luxury. Oh no, actually,
it went,
ignite.
yeah, it went to Hylissang.
No, the ignite tick.
Yes.
Oh, they tried to give it over to him. Okay, ignite tick does its work.
And it kind of ties into what we saw in the previous early game. I think T1 really need to start taking less early game risks and just running around like the map belongs to them, because Mad are clearly saying, we do not stand for that.
Well, we do not stand for that. Mad Lions getting a bit of deja vu. Starting the game off with an early kill onto a T1. This time it was in the jungle instead of the bottom lane. Give you a quick update, by the way. 50 kills in that previous game. It's the highest number of kills at MSI this year, obviously. It is also the 5th bloodiest game of any MSI ever. That is how action-packed it was. And it started off strong. Guma and Carrier were stepping to trade a little bit. And you can see Alyoya, he spotted on that ward.
Only 5th, Trevor?
Only
we can
5th.
do better. We can do
Yes,
better.
come on. Let's make the next 5 games 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in terms of bloodiness. And that seems to be the case for now. Once again, by the way, Owner starting top half of the map, Alyoya clearing out the Krugs on the bottom.
This time around, though, T1 is very aware. Did spot Alyoya on the ward. So should be completely fine here. It looks like Alyoya also realizing that, heading towards the Raptors.
Yeah, T1 very clearly that whole time thinking about these adjustments all around bottom lane early, because that was the whole story for Mad Lions. So not only do they ban the pike, they also deport the Krugs, they also have them get the chunk on bottom side. They didn't necessarily plan for the first blood, but
No one plans to concede first blood, to be fair. I will say, by the way, if you keep an eye on the minimap, because we've got the Karma top into the cannon, it might be a lane that we want to keep an eye on just a little bit more. Thank you, observers, for that one. Also, because for Chasey, I think expectations here, especially for European fans here in London watching, that was Chasey's first defeat on cannon in his career. It was his 9th game played. This is now his 10th. Playing into the Karma, this is not something that we see a huge hell of a lot in the LEC, and we already see being bullied, being pushed forward those mantra queues.
Tell you what, we also haven't seen a whole lot of it in the LCK
Touché.
for a really long time, right? And Zeus is a player that has struggled at times in high pressure situations, and this is now previously the Xante game, and in this one, he's going full support.
for this man that was just on your screen a second ago there, Guma, as they're pushing in, they're having much better lane phase this time around, obviously with all the adjustments. Getting up to the tower pressure in their favor actually, and Owner, since he started on that top side with the Maokai, easy, leisurely clear towards the bottom side, splits the Scuttle Crabs exactly how they want with Mad Lions, and Alyoya does get this one. Faker's going to be the target, but both junglers are here.
All right, 2v2, glacial path forward, Ring of Frost rather, onto the little kitty cat. Pressure on the bottom lane, Kazi's under threat, forced to flash for his life, and the flamethrower just out of range. Faker, tick, tick, tick. The shield heaping him for alive for now. No flash for Niski. The sapling toss will go forward. That's the flash bramble toss smash. Ona gets one back, and now Niski's in a little bit of trouble. Starting to back ways low on Matt. It does not want that fight.
And this is the other part of the puzzle last game for Matt. It wasn't just that bot lane was winning, it was that the mid lane 2v2 went extremely heavily in favor of Matt. This time around, T1 is able to get out ahead.
And bear in mind, that was Hillison that had first blood, still getting beaten up in that 2v2. T1 500 gold out, bottom lane winning, gank mid lane successful. And Zeus in the top lane, keeping Chasey under the tower.
Yeah, the only hiccup there for T1, I think Keria healed when he thought he had Ignite or something as Carzzy was flashing away. Regardless, it's still a big, good trade for them. And the CS difference is going to be massive, plus the recall timings here. Boots level 2, Berserker Greave rush for Guma, but mid lane dive, Hilly's here!
Ferromancy crash down, ticking, and it's Elyoya with the kill. Hillison will get taken down though. And it's secured by Faker. Now Elyoya the target. Guma is ticking away. He's got the purple gun, got the root down, and got the backup of T1. Another kill to Guma.
Yeah, the timing of that dive and the extra turret shot there. Guma's walking back from base off his reset with his upgraded Berserker Greaves and gets to be handed an extra kill. That is exactly what Mad Lions do not want. It's money traded here for, you know, a kill over to jungle in exchange for a kill onto the Aphelios is going to be rough.
And here, crucially, in that early 2v2, right, we do see that Niski's able to bring Owner with him, which means that Faker in the 1v1s against Elyoya doesn't really have a large shot, but Faker stays alive.
It was really good use of his Aftershock there. Faker, he tanks fully the Lee Sin, then as soon as the Aftershock falls off, he flashes out and jumps to the top side. Faker fully tanked up to like 10% of his life right there.
Well, Faker's gonna not be able to do that just yet. Glacial Path this time round, ticking. He gets away! Elyoya and Niski, they fumble it. They don't get that last hit.
And that is the second mid lane gang that isn't working out. And the previous one, what I wanted to highlight in that replay as well before we went back to live, Owner being there to me is a sign that T1 is also catching on to what Matt did so well in game number 1, which was snowball, 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 continuous aggression. Anyone with a low health bar around the turret is going to get taken down. And Owner, even though he was a little bit behind the play, you see T1 was still expecting it.
T1 right now got that lead. Crucially, 15 CS plus a kill to Guma in the bottom lane. And that's Protect the President comp. Raise the puppy, whatever you want to call it. Guma has started off incredibly well. Already got a plate. Nearly securing a second plate. Hilly trying to threaten with that Hex Flash. And look, red, white, Guma wants to fight. There's backup as well, because look, 2 members of T1 in the river, they're going to get an early dragon.
Yeah, overall, gold leads are talked about a lot in League of Legends, but concentration of gold is incredibly important, and especially when you have a comp like this that is so hyper-focused in one direction. Owner going to be able to pick up the dragon also. Wards here protecting both entrances. They easily pick that one up off of the bottom lane push.
And Chronicler, I get nervous when I look at Mad Lions this game because already they're behind dragons and gold and kills. And then I think about how on earth does Kennen and Lissandra and Rel get through Armor, Maokai, and Cassante. And even if they do, there's a Lulu Wild Growth as backup. So there is so much zoning tools and control to buy time for Guma to melt through Mad Lions.
And in the last game, they didn't need that,
No,
right?
they
didn't
didn't.
need Guma to be fed. They didn't need any of the frontliners to be in a great spot. And I think that Mad, unfortunately, if they fall too far behind in the early game, they're not going to be able to. We saw in the previous game that the amount of leads that they were able to generate wasn't really working out, but should have been turned into a really big level of map control. As, oh, Niski.
Well, Niski still got that E if he needs it, still got the flash as well. We'll be able to get over the wall. Takes a little bit more of a trade, but yeah, again, Owner just kind of shadowing this middle lane, always around whenever any threat is up. Cheeky recall, gonna get spotted. Got the ultimate available. Why are you recalling there? Why are you in the bush? Niski gets taken down for a, in my opinion, unforgivable recall occasion.
This is honestly devastating for Mad Lions. Not only does that give over full pressure for this Rift Herald, but But bottom side, you then leave Guma alone. He was pushing Karzi into his own tower there. They send the Rel back bottom side, and they're still making the play top.
Looking for the initiation. Chasey's got the Maelstrom. Manages to get Zeus. He flashes over the wall. Chased by Chasey. Zeus still stays alive. Look at those fancy feet. Chasey's on the route. Not going to be able to find the kill just yet. Zeus still under the tower. Well, that's going on. 2v2 in the bottom lane. Gumayushi, he's got himself that quiver. Looking for the crash down. Hilly turns his attention back to Kerry. Gets turned into a munchkin. Finally, Zeus is down. The feathers are pulled backwards and the Moonlight Vigil is dodged by the Feather Storm. There's no E available. Flash away from Guma and T1. They've got the first of the fight. Guma's looking for the next. He comes back up. The cleanse keeps the chase alive. Kazi and Hilly got so close, but damn, they were so far. Now Niski's in trouble. Faker's running him down. Goes all out under the tower. The third proc in the queue. Flashed away from underneath the tower and flashed. 1-for-1 in the mid lane. And somehow Kazi escapes.
Oh my goodness, it's blood all over the map, Trevor. Well done casting all three lanes at once. Bottom side, Keria does get back down to Guma and allow him to get not only another kill, but you just saw on your screen that huge minion wave that is going to die in front of the tower. Hylissang is going to be the one that gets there first, and money into Hylissang. Again, concentration of where your gold is going, not ideal here for Mad Lions. Oh, Hilly with the flop on the large corner.
And by Guma effectively here is 1v2ing. By the time he starts this play, he starts banging in. Keria's still like halfway in the river, but once they're committed, they're just unable to get the damage down right. And I think in these all-ins, Aphelios is so difficult to deal with, particularly if you don't have the CC from the Rel available.
Yeah, he flashes this one here. So Guma Flash and Cleanse were both used. If there is one, ray of hope or copium for Mad Lions, it is now.
Inject it into me, Kobe.
It is that there.
Copium.
There are no sums on Guma, so they called down Owner and said the third and fourth summoner spell with Faker coming down to try and protect.
Listen, 2,000 gold is the lead. I would like to ask the observers to quickly toggle over to the individual player golds when they get a chance. Nature's Gasp is thrown out. That 2,000 gold, 1,500 of that lead is with Guma. Kazi gets pushed all the way backwards from a beautiful engage from Ona, and that is 3 more kills to T1. It was just beautiful.
And the tower.
And they got the Herald from way back, right? When Zeus was able to stay alive, the rest of the team was like, good luck. You try and stay alive as long as you can. We know you're going to go down, but we're going to get the Herald. They didn't even need the Herald here. They could have left it in their pocket because the 3v3 goes disastrously wrong. And when you have a composition like this, and the Aphelios is this fed with, as you were pointing out, Trevor, this much frontline, and 2 enchanters,
4 kills, an assist, as well as a 30 CS lead. Mythic completed already, and a Maokai that's at 3-1-3. My word, T1 have got all the tools they need to just let Guma once again bow down and destroy the Mad Lions.
Niski just ulted Faker to get 1 extra tower shot worth of damage on the Cassante mid and gave him the hats off. But here's what we were saying, there's no summoner spells on Guma. That's why, Mad Lions have that, the hopium or copium, whatever you want to call it, of trying to make a play on him. But with the Maokai there to peel for him, the peeling is too easy for T1. Owner and Keria keep him safe, and he takes him down.
There was a lady in the crowd earlier that said she's waited 10 years to see Faker pick LeBlanc for me. I hope Cassante will do it quite as flashy. To everyone else that's come here to Copperbox in London, thank you for joining us. Right now, T1 are in a significant advantage. 2-level lead here for Zeus over Hilly. The tower is under a little bit of pressure in a 1v2, but there is pretty significant wave play once those minions do group up. Hilly steps in, look at the minimap, and again, congregation of T1 around that middle lane in Niski.
it's also Abyssal Mask karma, right? Like in the previous game, we saw it on Faker. He, on the Nautilus, got a lot of value of it. And even though the Catalyst was nerfed on this patch, we still see the value of it, particularly when you're a pick like the Karma that loves staying in lane for a long time, keeping your opponent under pressure. And it also means in situations like this, you're not going to be able to dive in.
Yeah, I mean, the Abyssal Mass and the Evan Shroud last time too, they're getting these little things to amp all the other little sources of damage.
Little source of damage?
Yeah.
Who might you be referring to, Kobe?
Kobe, let's talk a little bit about how Mad Lions do find their way back into this game. They've lost a tower, they're significantly behind. We already know it's going to be hard for them on the offensive to get to Guma. But how on earth do they claw this back?
And see, that's the thing, though. That's the thing that was missing in the last game. Mad Lions, they stalled out, and they should have been setting up those more aggressive plays with the flashes and big playmakers that they do have on the team. This time around, you know, Niski's on the Lissandra to boot, so they've got even more to go for those really big setups. If Chasey has flash and Niski spellbooks over to his flash, like that should be a guaranteed engage dive onto them. Especially with Rel follow-up here, that CC will last a very long time. Problem is you're so far behind so early on, the protection is really difficult to get through. And even the setup of the vision, which is your first setup to try and get those angles.
Well, Faker's gonna start a fight here. Teleported in, down a level, Hilly stepping forward. Not a lot of support here from T1. The interrupt on the crash down allows Faker to escape. That was just beautifully executed.
Yeah, unable to get anything done, even with Faker teleporting in and Hila being there, no opportunity. Yeah, I think the plan is very simple. It's kill Guma. It's not easy.
Exactly. Concentrated gold there, Kobe.
Yeah.
Visualized exquisitely. Plus 2,000. Chasey forced to flash defensively once more. A Kennen running away with flash is nothing you ever want to see. But Zeus is the target. Nature's Grasp is rattling across the Mad Lions. Zeus still stays alive. That shield from the E is huge. All out will send Kazi packing. The feathers come back, but nobody is dead from T1. Nobody goes down. They get 2 kills. The Mad Lions are routed once more.
They threw everything on the tank, Karma! That's not the target!
And then Faker comes in, he Cassante ults Carzzy out of the fight too, so they don't have their main damage source there. T1, that was a really nice little split there. They turn it around on the Mad Lions. They use that engage against them and are able to get an extra one.
Beautiful, beautiful team fight once again from T1. They've got themselves 2 dragons, they've got 11 kills, they've got a significant lead, and right now they are outclassing Mad Lions in every skirmish with or without the advantages.
And you know what's super devastating about that fight? Yeah, T1 got an extra kill, right? Okay, well, we got Kennen. They also got the big flashes that Mad Lions are really relying on. Niski is going to have to now be the one because he has the flash on Lissandra, but Guma still has his flash, has his cleanse, and he's got his teammates.
And even if Guma is out of position, as long as he has flash and cleanse, you're basically always playing one fight behind, right? You need to force those summoners, which in of itself I think is a big task, but then you need to be able to then get away from the fight, because if he flashes and cleanses, you're probably not going to be able to win it. And then find another one of those angles. So for Mad Lions, they really are against the wall, and I think it's going to require T1 leaving Guma alone or getting completely off guard by a Cannon, by a Rel, or by a Lissandra getting that backline access.
And I don't yet have confidence that Mad Lions can pull that off. We've seen 2 games already today where Chasey and Mad Lions have not necessarily been able to find those flanks, specifically on the cannon. I think this game has kind of run away from them in terms of their ability to come back. So now it's, you're hoping for a mistake, you're hoping for a misstep. What we've seen from T1, what we expect from T1 in terms of their season, in terms of the last 2 years, the likelihood is incredibly low. So for Mad Lions now, calm themselves down. They have to try to find some sort of rhythm and momentum, because this is the team that's now potentially on the verge of match point, assuming they can't pull some miracle comeback.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, everybody who watched the previous game, Trevor, are in full agreement with you, because if the Mad Lions couldn't do it then, it's going to be a lot more difficult this time around, where they don't have this ginormous lead, and T1 are forcing summoners and ults out of them.
And that's basically a guaranteed soul point here for T1, right? Like, you're gonna give a Hextech soul to an Aphelios because Carzzy had to use his cleanse, had to use his ultimate.
Because of a Nyan Cat, right? Now, yes, I understand that obviously on Carzzy's side, had Guma or Ona continued to apply pressure after the Nature's Grasp, then there was kill threat. However, they didn't. So he just saw the Nyan and needed to throw out the feathers and the cleanse. We're 30 seconds away from Dragon.
Whenever you say that,
3.
you have to do a little dance now.
The only problem is I think they're recording it. So it's like,
yeah, that's
we'll wait for the next ult where we can do it in unison, right? Right now.
No, I don't want to dance. Don't rope me into this.
T1 on the verge of a 2-0, Chronicler. You owe you owe London a dance. They definitely want to cheer that one.
Okay, don't put pressure on me. Come on.
Alyoya and Niski, backed up by Hilly. Faker will get rooted in place, locked down, all out. 3 members pushing forward. This isn't the highest damage trio. Niski gets knocked backwards from the 3rd Q. Carzzy's the target of Guma. Remember, no feathers. Remember, no cleanser. May not matter. Carzzy escapes with his life, but Faker does not. And under the tower, Guma takes a lot of damage. While all that's going on, now Chase is in trouble. Forced to use that slicing maelstrom. He's rooted in place thanks to that top Karma. Trying to get the shurikens, trying to get the stuns. Under pressure as the middle lane is still being pushed by Guma, by Keria. Elyoya and Hilly arrive to the fray. Top lane continued to pressure as Mad Lions are looking at that inner top turret. While that's going on, the mid is still under pressure. This is cross-mapping all day long, Kobe.
Yeah, Guma's going right through the front door while all this action is going on the side lane. They actually finish the mid tower and then finish Garzi.
Oh, look at that damage! Guma and Keria knock on the front door, take down the inhibitor as well. Recall's being channeled here as Nisqy will finally get back. The bottom inhibitor turret is now the next focus. Faker has been able to TP in after being taken down. That gold lead is growing even larger. Before 20 minutes, the base is blown wide open. And just like G2 yesterday, Mad Lions today dropping game 2 in dominant fashion to the LCK opponents.
Paul, I like
that was the reverse. I got it
that you
backwards.
take control
I got
there.
it backwards.
Yeah, you take ownership though. Dominant dropping of the game.
They choked us.
They threw that sucker on the
I would
ground.
never go there. I would never go to Quickshot. You know me, but I'm glad you did.
Can I tell you, it is so fun to be casting with you guys again. I am having a blast despite the fact that T1 is smashing, man.
They certainly threw that game 1 on the ground. And this one here, all right, Dragon number 3, as you mentioned, T1 going to collect what is theirs.
And yeah, Matt, I think you have to back off here. At this point, it's either a very deep teleport flank coming in from either Chasey or Nisqy when a bot lane inhibitor is being pushed. We've seen over the years, even in this tournament, a lot of bot lane inhibitors leading to death and destruction. Or it is going to require a stand at the Nexus turret as Faker.
Nisqy took the gate. We'll be able to escape. That Ring of Frost did a lot of work, but as I saw a member of Mad flying through that portal, Mad Lions starting group up. They feel the threat of a potential Baron. Remember, super minions into that middle lane. Not going to be the greatest at really setting up for Baron, but not only with the gold lead and with the pressure it's going to apply, it also will allow them to set up for the Soul, which is 4 minutes away. So T1 have just got a plethora of options on how they wish to taxi their way to the Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, their options are so plentiful that we literally just watched the last 2 minutes was Faker deciding to go 1v3 kind of int and just take up 3 people's time, and T1 came away with an inhibitor kill.
Hylissang is caught out. Magnet Storm is dropped and he's left to the Wolves, as it were. T1 get themselves an easy kill on the back of that Nature's Grasp. And now in a 5 versus 4, they peel back to Baron. Actually 5 versus 3, because Kazi's dealing with the supers.
The Maokai ult, the most disappointing way to get caught. The slow death coming towards you. All right, Elyoya, he's got the hopes. T1 stole a Baron last time around. Can Elyoya replicate?
3,000 hit points. Going low. Nisqy's coming as well. Chase is coming as well. 2,500. Sonic Wave connects. Hold your breath. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody else, Polymorph going to be enough to interrupt, and the Baron is just beautifully secured. Chasey is done dumper for any Maelstrom can be channeled. A teleport to the inner top lane turret, and Zeus is there leading the charge for T1. It is just exquisite control.
And sometimes T1 Baron setups scare the fans to death. This time around, really cleanly done. Keep it at a safe health total. Then Keria goes in with the heal, gets the polymorph. They burst it down. No steal option available.
Yeah, I think the honorable thing from T1 there would be to
give it.
Yeah, that's
give it to
going to
him.
be fair.
Mad Lions flipped it for you. He'd give you a smite fight.
It would have been it, because I will say, as a fan of both League of Legends and Mad Lions, that Baron did not give me that same level of, oh, this is scary, as the game 1 did, where, of course, Ono was able to jump in. But look, this Red Bull Baron power play already at plus 3k. They already had supers in the middle lane, that inhibitor will be spawning in a minute and a half. The top lane has just been taken out, and at 22 minutes, with Baron, this gigantic gold lead, we're 2 minutes away from Soul, so my instinct is telling me, get the Soul, and then push for the final hits on the Nexus.
Might end up doing that. Considering it's T1, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just ran it with 5 people towards the mid lane and try to end the game before they end up taking the Dragon. The Dragon is kind of the be-all, end-all, right? Like, Hextech Soul provides so much utility, particularly when you have a pick like the Aphelios. And right now for Mad, I'm not seeing a lot of options here, unfortunately, as only one inhibitor, not even with a turret left standing.
Bear in mind, Guma and Keria have not died a single time this game. 7-0-3, 0-0-11. They have been the proactive team. They have been the ones starting the fight. Nearly, 75, 80% kill participation It has been about them. Protect the President has worked beautifully.
Gentlemen, whenever there is a draft run back, you have to decide which is the team that did the salty run back and who was just right. What team is salty? Oh, here we go. We got chasing the
Alyoya's been chased by Faker. Down the bottom lane, here comes chasing from behind. Slicing Maelstrom can finally get some targets. Nature's Grasp will at least hold them in place. I don't think that Maelstrom's been enough. Zeus is low, but where is Guma? So far untouched, so far undamaged, so far unkillable. T1 put together 3-4 quick kills and ace Mad Lions inside their base within Baron buff. T1 dominate game 2. And T1 are 1 win away from a rematch with Gen G in the upper brackets. What a dominant performance as Mad Lions were crushed from that bottom lane.
So in summary, T1 were right, Mad Lions were salty.
Oh,
with
so
the run back.
Aphelios is being banned? That's going to be my guess?
Aphelios is indeed a problem. T1, massive stuff this time around. So much more clean.
And we didn't get to talk about it that much, but I really want to talk a little bit about Owner, because I think his defensive play was the big difference maker between the previous game, because even though his Kha'Zix was big and the catches that he got were a big part of what allowed T1 to stay in the game, but on his Maokai, every time that there was an attempt from Mad Lions to snowball the early game like they did, he was always there. And when Maokai is able to get a lead on a game with his ultimate, with his saplings, it's so hard to come back.
And I think in game 1, Alyoya really had a significant impact on the early game. Ganking bottom lane, working with Kazi and Hylissang to accelerate that lead. The reply once the draft changes a little bit, as you mentioned, Owner at the top, but I do in the middle lane rather. But I do think the 2 key areas for me, Chasey, I just don't think has found an impact. I want to see more from him and the team. Secondarily, Kazi is just simply not matching up to what Guma's doing. So we'll have to find out what Mad Lions do. I hear the analyst desk is ready to break down that game number 2. A dominant win from T1.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much, Trevor. Indeed, a masterclass. Hi, you guys look great. So this is
do the cat.
fine. A masterclass coming out of T1. And as we take a look at the draft, I'd like to present a twofold question to my analyst, maybe to Azil first. So first up, what do you think about Mad's idea being, we'll try and get that same pressure on, knowing that they'll have more ideas to counter it. And what do you think about T1's responses, and which ones of those do you think were most effective?
I mean, definitely what T1 did obviously ended up being most effective. I don't hate running it back from Mad, because it's such an incredible early game, right, in the previous game. If they can create that sort of an advantage, I think they would feel confident that they would be able to close it out, right? So that is really what they're trying to do, but I just love the flex picks that are coming through for T1. I think moving the Karma up towards top is just so smart. It's such a good neutralizing pick that is going to have more value than the Kennen in a lot of these team fights, because the Mantra shields are going to be so powerful in those situations. And we saw, even there was multiple times where, you know, Matt is trying to actually catch him out, but it's a tank Karma. He's not really going to get burst down.
Yeah, I thought this was really smart, saving the Cassante, knowing that they could flex it. And then additionally, the big thing that we've talked about, or maybe we haven't talked about as much, but Aphelios is still going over to Guma. They're playing around him. The Karma pick goes into that as well, because he's going to have shields and heals from Karma and Lulu, so he remains untouched throughout. And this is his most played champion in his career. He has a 70% win rate on it, I believe. So it's something he's super comfortable with, the team is super comfortable with, and even when they're making these flexes, they're doing it with him in mind.
Yeah, they made all the right adaptations, and when you looked at the game, it's almost like, you know when you have a favorite restaurant and then new owners take it over, and it's like, it's okay, but it's not exactly as good as it was. I feel like when I was watching this early game from Mad, that is what I saw, because you see the same ideas, the same reflexes, but it just doesn't work out.
Sorry, I want to credit you for an amazing setup for this play here, right? Because you're looking at it, you're like, okay, this is exactly what Mad wanted to do. They want to destabilize. They still want to be reaching for these plays. But guess who comes out on top? T1 is already there. I believe there was another play bot side where they were already kind of owning Mad there as well. And this is something where, like you said, like, we want to do this, but it's just not as good this time around because of T1 adjustment.
I mean, it just feels like like T1 is basically making the read that Mad are just going to try to play crazy. So we're just going to play defensive. Owner's going to hover lanes. He's going to be ready to respond. And we're going to draft 4 Protect 1 with Aphelios for our bot laner, right? They're drafting these super tanky comps. They're grouping 5 almost the entire game. And so I think Mad really needs to kind of buck that trend.
Yeah, you see for the side of T1 that every player knows exactly the role that they are supposed to play in this adapted scenario. And Emily, you look specifically at the forward percentage Gumayushi edition.
So these stats are going to tell such an insane story here, right? Game 1, we have forward percentage 16.9 and 29.5.
When you're dead in the fountain, you're not very forward. That's the thing from game 1.
Generally. Yeah. When they're constantly diving you under turret.
What's the fountain percentage?
You have to back with with little CS. But game 2, obviously, right? They were on that turret the entire time. This is a lot more stock standard in terms of what we typically see from T1. They want to get that bot lane tower super early, and they want to have the push.
Yeah, you were saying even that in terms of a lot of picks from Keria or in general or the Kalista or whatnot, it's all about can we push faster?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to create that pressure. They want to be farming plates, put pressure on the enemy jungle to come and respond. And this was one where, you know, at this point in the game, it just started feeling like Mad was really getting antsy, and they were starting to overforce on these plays. They're starting to feel like the series, the game is falling away from them, because they had Owner on vision when they're looking for that engage. They know Owner has ult. They know that he's there, but they're trying to force it anyway. And you can't have those kind of desperate plays against T1, those plays that aren't really properly set up, because T1, as I said, in this game, we're just ready to answer everything. Owner's job was very clearly cover our lanes, protect them, and win in these 2v2s, win in these 3v3s.
Yeah, I love that you keep talking, but the camera is on Faker right now, which is really important. But we've got, yay,
the return.
Double Lulu.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So we got like 2. Yes, we want to see you also, Emily, I think.
Oh, okay.
We got this one. Then we have the Rel, and I wanted to put like, it's like a question
mark,
probably.
Maybe like cross that
Yeah,
off the
okay,
list.
yeah.
Maybe
it'll
a
be
sad face, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, maybe we use this to look at adaptations that Mad can make. What is it going to have to be, and where does it start in the support
Well,
pool?
honestly, I think Hilly needs to keep playing Engage. I think that is just his style. That is where he really excels. I mean, maybe not the Rel. Rakan is getting banned out, but I don't mind him playing that hard Engage. What I would actually like to see, if Mad are going to allow them to pick Aphelios and stuff anyway, I actually want to see Chasey playing something that can play side lanes. Look towards something like a Gwen. Look towards something like a Fiora. Play side lanes, because, as I said, T1 are playing 4 Protect 1. Both these games, they're playing double frontline. They're playing enchanters. They're playing all for 5v5, grouping up the whole game. And if you take something like a tank Karma and you force him to actually answer a side lane Gwen the whole game, Gwen can get to a point where you can actually take over the game.
Okay, I like that. A clean directive for Mad, and they're going to need a lot of it. They are the reverse sweep kings.
They did it against BDS. BDS,
Yeah,
T1. What's the difference?
Same difference. But anyways, it's T1 that take game 2 in dominating fashion. They're only 1 win away from an LCK Spring Finals rematch with Genji. We'll be right back with game 3.
Against the Mad Lions. And as I say that, the gift is given that Owner concedes first blood to Mad. No flash for Niski. The sapling toss will go forward. That's the flash bramble toss smash. Owner gets one back, all out under the tower. The third proc in the queue, flashed away from underneath the tower.
Ben verem bir yana.